Hi there, just before we get started on another inspiring video, like and subscribe. Really value your support as I'm building my channel and building this wealth of information that I'm now ready to share with you. Here is another episode that is highlighting some of the different methodologies, let's say, of sharing my own journey of healing narcissistic abuse. So watch, enjoy, and I hope it inspires you. So much love. Hello, beautiful people. I am Hazel. I am here to present another video for you on healing from narcissistic abuse. And I'm basing this a lot on my own personal stories. Yes, I am a survivor of 2 narcissistic abusive marriages, multiple bullyings and betrayals from friends and people who I thought I could trust in my life. And really, this last episode in the last 2 years has really driven me to the core to really get to know what it's all about so that I could break those patterns and heal. And in turn, one of the gifts of gold it has given me is that on my healing journey, I'm coming out to a place where I can share these messages with you. So I am passionate about this because, well, one of the reasons why is after my first narcissistic abusive marriage, which I didn't realize that was back then, but I knew that it was, I knew that there was emotional abuse going on. One of the things that really stuck through my mind for these last 10 or 15 years since that is I read that most women, I know men also suffer from narcissistic abuse, but here I'm talking about women. Most women do never recover from this. And I thought, do you know what? That's not going to be me. That's not going to be me. Now, you know, little was I to know that I would have a second wave of narcissistic abusive marriage, and this would, you know, in turn deepen my experience and wisdom on narcissism and the really profound effect that it has on every aspect of your life. And so that was when I really decided to dive in, become an expert for myself, and in turn, you know, it becomes fuel. It becomes fuel. You might not believe it at the moment if you're going through it and you're having a really hard time, but trust me, I've been there, and it can become fuel. So the thing that I always say is, you know, I'm not a therapist. I'm you know, I am a woman who teaches women's wisdom to women through the semantic way of body, through the body wisdom, and through the connection to nature and the ignition, the intuitive ignition of our innate intelligence. So I'm working more in a quantum spiritual field here, but deeply embodied in realism and truth about getting to the matter and going in those shadows and finding what it's all about so we can actually become, you know, the greater versions of ourselves, which is what we want, right? So I was just getting inspired this evening and I thought, hey, I'm just going to pop on and make a little video, and I think it's going to be quite an important one, and it is getting your life back on track. Getting your life back on track. Now, there's so many things that we can talk about regarding this, but I'm just going to present to you 5 points that I felt are really, that wanted to come through me so that I could share it with you in this video. So, you know, please, I always encourage, go out there and do all the research you possibly can on your specific type of narcissistic abuse that you have received or are still receiving, or how to get out of the situation. Really get all the information you can, back yourself up on it so that you become supercharged in your superpowers. And then part of this is, once you're a bit further on the other side, it's how do you piece your life back together again? Now, one of the things, as I always talk about, is there is no going back. There is never any going back. This experience will and has fundamentally changed you as a person, and it gives you opportunity. So the first thing I want to say is, don't rush in this process. don't rush in this healing process, because this process is gold. And when you start to learn how to look at it and look through your life and through the shadows of how on earth did I manage to attract these people into my life? And me is like, I'm like, how on earth did I manage to have 2 narcissistic abusive marriages? I mean, 1 is bad enough, right? But 2. So this is the level at which I've been looking at it. It's like, what in me needs to click something that stops this attracting these people into my life. And it's profound, and it will be different for everybody. So I really encourage you to, you know, do the research, get the therapy, do the somatic training, do the body work, like get in there, visit spirit, do the journeys, whatever it is you need to do, go and do it. So yeah, don't rush in this process, because this process is gold. This is your gold. This is your life story. This is your wisdom. And this is what will fuel you into creating your new reality. So one of the things that often is like, right, okay, this bad thing happened. I need to get on as soon as I possibly can. And I'll be healed and I'll be getting on as soon as I can. Then like, and then you might find like you're never able to have a relationship ever again with anyone, or like you just can't trust people, or you live in fear, or like all this stored energy of fear stays in the body, so that these beautiful parts of life you're not able to welcome into your life. And why is that? Is because there is this thing of like, right, just I've got to turn the page, move on, get on with my life. Yes, that's true. And it's also not true. There's this other part which is like, wow, I'm in this thing, this traumatic experience right now that is kicking off. Right now is the time for me to be doing my inner work. So it's about not covering that up and just getting on with life. It's about going, okay, my life story is asking me to read it right now and really discover what's going on. And this is where you can start picking out all the gold. Like, wow, that linked back to my childhood. And actually that friend who I thought was my friend, they betrayed me as well. And why was that? Why did I give myself away? What happened here? What are the memories that stir up? And go in there and do the inner child work. Do the deeply loving work for yourself that you know you have to do. Because if you do hide from it or shove it under the carpet, you know, don't be surprised that it comes back in some form or other. Or don't be surprised that it does cut off part of your heart, that you're never open to a relationship or the job of your dreams, or whatever part of a beautiful life you want to create. Or in turn, you know, it can happen that the parts of the heart are closed down so much that then you might start displaying narcissistic behavior towards someone, because that is not resolved within you. So then it perpetuates out in toxic behavior. So that's the first one. Don't rush into the process, because the process is gold. That's right. Number 2, I've already started touching on this, but you know, this is about daring to go deep, to discover the origins, so that you don't repeat the pattern. So I've already described a bit about this. And like I said, when this hit me over 2 years ago, I realized, wow, this is not about my relationship ending. This is not about what I thought it was about. This is not about having a bad relationship and it needing to finish. This is about something much deeper. The core fundamentals of this happening to me again. Or, you know, it might be your first time. Hopefully you only have, you know, this goes for you once and then you're able to heal it. Apparently I needed some really deep teachings on this. But so now is the time. Now is your time to heal. Because why? Because it's showing up. It's showing you. It's not like, yeah, I'll just go on with my life. I'll get back into, I'll find a new job, a new home, whatever, and then I'll sort it out. No, when it happens is when it happens. So I can remember being on the floor on many occasions, like literally not being able to physically support myself to stand up, because the amount of energy that wanted to crack me open actually made me fall to my knees. Now, they talk about this falling to your knees symbolically as like you can't go any further with where you are, and you're broken and you fall to your knees. This happened several times in the breaking process for me, because I realized, and I said to the universe, okay, this is happening to me now, right? Okay, show me everything. I want to know everything, because this is not happening to me again, and I'm going to come out of this stronger. And because I allowed that energy to crack open in my body and to be free in my body, there was several times I literally could not get up off the floor, because I was literally brought to my knees to give over energetically, or to see the visions of where it came from, where were the origins of this, and to see beyond the surface level of grief of a relationship not working. Because as far as I was concerned, this was not this lie, this that I was being asked to buy of, well, it just didn't work out. That was not going to cut it for me. I knew that there was something much more profound going on. So I had to become my own best investigator. And yes, that brought me to my knees. It brought me like to the edge of the cliff, you know, under the storm of the universe, like, what now? What now? Show me, you know? And I truly believe that when the heart opens and it breaks like this, it actually gives a portal of it's like the genie in the lamp. It's like the heart opens and the wishes can be granted, and there's magic that really comes from, it might not seem like it in the moment, but when you really call from a heart's desire, yeah, life can start falling into place in a completely different way. So this is why I encourage you that if you fall into, or you find yourself in these situations where you are extremely heartbroken and betrayed by life or by your partner, then these are the moments, like, gather the strength and the force within you to know that this is your time. This is your time to gather the gold. This is the time for you to supercharge the power in you. So yeah, where are we now? So yeah, moving on, the point 3 that I wanted to bring in is, know that this has happened to you to give you a choice point. And often I hear so many people saying when they go through narcissistic abuse realization that it's because they didn't love themselves enough, so they attracted this into their life. And yeah, okay, there's a point of that that's true. And I got a bit deeper on that. I was like, hold on a minute here. Like, if I didn't love myself that strongly, I would not be able to continue loving that person so strongly through everything, even when they told me that I didn't love myself, or that I wasn't good enough, or what I was doing wasn't good enough. I'm like, hold on a minute here. I'm still alive. I am processing all of this. I feel like I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to supercharge myself. There must be some love in me. Hold on a minute. This actually means that the strength and the force of my heart is stronger than I've ever given credit for. And this goes for you as well. Know that this is happening to you because you are an incredible lover. You are a lover of life. You are an empath. You feel everything. It's an incredible gift. The person who has been abusing you is jealous of that. They don't know that, or they recognize that within themselves, but their heart is hurt so much. Doesn't mean you have to give sympathy to them. They need to go away and do their own work, right? But you are strong. Why? Because you've got through this already. So here I am getting all passionate about this subject and my video cuts off. So hopefully we can wrap this up. So what I was saying basically was another message of believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, and this is part of the healing process. This is part of the getting your life back on track process. And know that this has happened, like we just turned the tables on this. Know that this has happened because there's a piece in your heart which is so strong that will never, ever, ever die. And this is the flame that you are igniting as you are taking care for yourself to bring yourself back to life, bring your life back to life, bring your fire, your passions, your creative energy force, your whole being, your essence back to life. So that you get your life back on track. So yeah, know that this is the choice point. Know that this is the choice point. You know, when you're feeling on your knees, when you realize what's been happening, or even if you haven't fully realized yet, take that reality pill. This is what's happening. Yes, you have been a victim. Yes, you have been a victim. But now you can choose not to be a victim anymore. These two things are really important. I realize this because people want to say, no, I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. Yes, you have been a victim. I have been a victim of this. Yes, I have. And even the people who are perpetrating, the people who are presenting these narcissistic traits towards you and abusing you, they have also been a victim. This is the perpetuation that is in our society right now, in our lives. Now, like I said before, that's not to mean that you forgive them. There's a whole process around that. I'll do another video on that with what I've realized in my own journey around that. But this right now is about realizing that this is your journey. And yes, you have been a victim. But now you choose. Now you choose that you are not going to be a victim anymore. That this is you're going to do your best that this never happens again, which means learning about your boundaries, which means learning about the power of your heart, which means learning about how incredibly powerful you are in all these different ways and letting these come alive. Because the choice point is, like I said before, I realized, wow, not so many women come out of this in a good way. You know, it takes time to recover. I was speaking to a therapist friend a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her, how long does it take to recover from this level of narcissistic abuse in marriage, in divorce? And she said about 10 years. And I was like, wow. But, you know, she said, well, not for you, Hazel, because you're like really going for it. So it's like, I really, you know that this process is deep. It can be long, but also when you help yourself facilitate your process, doesn't have to be that long, you know, you can decide, but it's deep. It really is deep. So I encourage you all the way. So know that this point of choice that you're in right now is essentially calling you out. Are you going to just get on with everything and hope it never happens to you again? Or are you actually going to take your life by the reins and start driving your chariot into freedom, into passion, into the greater essence of who you are, where you are choosing love and unity, baby, over fear and separation, which drove you to believe that you were not good enough in yourself, which drove the relationship apart in whatever way it did. All of it is perpetuated by the energy of fear and separation, all of it. So when you know this, and I realized this when I was on my knees one time, I was like, wow, now I choose. Either I become a bitter, closed woman who never fulfills her purpose, never fulfills her passion, never can get her life back on track, and never will have a relationship ever again, or I choose for love. And it's like almost crazy, because in those situations, like, how am I supposed to choose for love in this incredible destruction of this like car crash like derailment of a life, how am I, universe, supposed to choose for love in amidst all of this? But I did. I said, I am not going to become one of those women, those bitter women who turn into men haters, who turn into hating life, who turn into never letting their dreams come alive. I was like, no, this is not going to be me. This is not going to be me. I am not going down with this ship that somebody else has set fire to. That's kind of how it felt. So I knew that that meant that I had to choose for love and unity within myself, within my relations, how I relate with others, and within what I create. I knew I had to start learning how to choose that essence of love, wholeness, and unity within everything. And this is the journey. This is the journey. And when this like clicks, it's like, wow, these super goggles get ignited, these super senses get ignited, and then you can feel like what can stay in my life and what can't. Like, really, I mean, it's incredible, this radar that gets ignited through this portal of immense trauma when you truly decide for healing, because you can feel it, who is lying and who is telling the truth, what is the resonance of truth. You become like this truth detector, this detector of love and unity. I know it sounds crazy, but it's absolutely true. So this is your choice point, you know, to choose to go in and see it, and choose to take the journey, because this it might not feel like it, but this is in a way a gift. Why can I say that? Because I've been through it so deeply that I can stand here as an ambassador and say, yeah, you've gotta fight for the love inside of you, and let everything be moved through your heart, to open your heart even more. Do not let it shut you down, because if you shut your heart down, you shut down to every single aspect of life, because it's all connected. This is why I'm so passionate about it, because I realized that if I shut my heart down, I can't do my work anymore. I can't do my work, I can't do my illustration, I can't do my art, I can't do my performance, I can't do my writing, I can't do my facilitating women's circles, I can't do my ceremonies, I can't do my speaking, I can't do anything. So what was the choice? I was like, wow, okay, oh my God, I can't choose for fear and separation and buying all those lies and all that BS. Oh my God, I've really got to choose for love, but like not just a little bit, like full on, crack me open, universe, show me the way. That's how powerful it is. Yeah, so this process changes you forever. Now, on whatever level you choose to go through this, on whatever level you choose to see or move through your healing, this journey, know that you are changed forever. And so what you are building is, it's not going back to life, it's building a new life. You know, we can say like getting back on track in a way, like getting your engine that has kind of been derailed, you know, or like sometimes it feels like the whole train has just like gone off a cliff, you know, in the mountains or something. Like, wow, how am I going to get that train back on the tracks? It can be quite a job sometimes getting ourselves back on track, believe me, particularly when you really choose to really go for it. So really get as much support as you can, and get as much support from as many different places as you can to support you in this incredible journey that you're on, this incredible healing journey. So, and allow yourself to build your life slowly. What I've been going through, like, I've been having real difficulties in dressing myself again. Like, what do I want to wear? I don't know who I am anymore. I'm not that person who I was before. I'm building a new relationship with my body. The clothes that I had before, they're not who I am now, but I don't know who I am becoming. So what do I wear? How do I look? Like, all of these things, sometimes we lose so much of ourselves that we have to bring these little things back. And I knew that it's not a case of me just going out and having a shopping spree. It's really like feeling into who do I want? Who am I? What is this new essence in me that is arriving and emerging? And so I'm slowly bringing back different colors. Like, I'm really welcoming yellow at the moment. I mean, I'm wearing black at the moment, but I'm really welcoming yellow. I've never had yellow in my life. Yellow's about confidence. Like, it's about our direction. It's about knowing who we are. It's the sunshine energy. It's a power force of the solar plexus. This gets intrinsically attacked when we go through narcissistic abusive relationships, because we are taught to not believe in ourselves, that we don't know who we are and we don't know where we're going with our lives. So there's I've been working on a really deep level in reclaiming from a place of truth, reclaiming my colours. So I'm bringing yellow back in. And then I'm slowly going through this process of learning how I want to nurture and look after my body again. But like from really a really true place, not like, right, get back on a diet and get back and do the exercise and go have my hair cut and buy some new clothes. And like, no, for me, it doesn't work like that. It's like, wow, I want to feel this process so that I emerge unstoppable. And that means that I am letting my senses come alive piece by piece by piece by piece. So I'm putting the puzzle back together again, piecing myself back together again. And it happens in little things that you can celebrate yourself for. Like, you know, I shaped my eyebrows myself today. This was an absolute triumph for me. But these smallest things are me becoming, me embodying myself again, becoming part of my life again, coming back into contact with me and my body and my being, from having expanded my consciousness through this deep healing journey, and this portal that healing through this narcissistic abuse has given me, bringing that back into the body, back into the form. So these little triumphs, and this is what I'm saying to you, just let these little things like bubble up, let them grow up into you little bit by little bit. They are absolutely big triumphs. They're bigger than you know. So be gentle and loving and build this care of your new life with precision, with this precision of this knowing that you are love that is ignited in you. And the last thing I want to say is about, this is the cultivation of your flame. This is, like I said to you, you know, this love that you are, that you have always intrinsically been, this light of your heart. This is the flame of your being that never went out. This is how strong you are to go through whatever you have been through and still be here, holding that flame, choosing for love, knowing that you're going to find a way through it. This is how strong you are. Can you imagine how strong you are? If you have had to put up with all of that abuse and you are still here and still wanting to find a way, which you are, this is such an incredible sign of how strong you are. And this is your flame. This is the flame of your being. This is the flame that is going to ignite you back into creating a new reality for yourself. And this is so powerful that when it starts growing, you'll be so utterly, I don't know, astounded with yourself. But it's like this slow growing again, like this, letting this flame feed yourself, feed your body, feed your life, and don't rush it. Really allow yourself to nurture yourself and nurture the healing process in itself, because this is the new spark of life that is coming alive, and this is the authentic spark of life that is coming alive, that will be so firmly embodied and grounded in you that you will become unstoppable and unwaverable, because you know what you've been through. You've carried that light through it all, and nobody, sister or brother, is gonna dampen that spirit within you ever again. Nobody is going to try, because they won't be able to get close to you because you'll be shining so bright, honeys. So this is my message to you. These are my tips on getting your life back on track once you've been derailed by narcissistic abuse, because it absolutely is possible to get back on track. I've seen other women do it. I've guided other women through the work that I do with them. I've guided myself through this deep shamanic process that it has become, to realign with love, realign with the nature and the true essence of who I am. And I wish this for you, because you are strong, you hold the light, and I hope you found this message inspiring. So like and subscribe, share with others who need it right now, and we're going to get through this, and we're going to become more incredible than we have ever been before, because that's what this transformational process is about. So lots of love to you, and thank you for watching this video. And yeah, like and subscribe. I'll be making more of these to share more inspiration for you to keep going and igniting the creative heart within you. So much love. Keep going, beautiful people.